Okay, here we go. This is just a bit of advice from an older fella that's been around a while. Yeah, I'm talking about me. Advice for me of all people. It was kind of funny the other night. I was watching Jeremy beg a guy named Only Me. And we all know him as David Rickards, gentleman out of England, right? And I used to call him the benefactor. Now, make no mistake, he's never been my benefactor, but at least I understood him from the day he was come on the channels and made his around from rounds from each channel to another. And I believe, I don't think I'm mistaken, but I think he actually paid a visit first to Jeremy. And I think he may have even made a donation over there. But for some reason, he doesn't, apparently, he doesn't get along with Jeremy. And it's pretty apparent. I think it was Sunday. He was almost begging uh, Mr. Rickards, David, if you will, the guy I call benefactor, to say something or do something to him so he could sue him. He wants to sue this guy. Now, let me tell you how foolish that is. For one thing, you're talking about a guy in another country. Okay. You're also talking about a person that has more money than the rest of us put together. Now, Jeremy, I know you're a millionaire, but you gotta know this guy. He had more money when he was your age than you'll ever have. You're talking about somebody, you may think he's too old to think on his feet, but I'm going to tell you something. The way I look at it from when he first come on the scene, here's what I picture. A guy who decided to retire. And he retired maybe a little bit too early because now he's bored. All he's got is time and money. And what better to do with time and money than to see what you can do for controlling others? Because, quite frankly, to gain as much as he's got, he had a control of a lot of people and a pretty good sized company. So if he gets in these little channels, it's like playing a small game in reality of perhaps even somewhat like Monopoly. And he knows for very few bucks, I'm talking about no more than what it costs for membership, he can make a friend. So he has given them something. Now, when I look at the channels, they play it in the opposite. They don't give away, they charge. So they charge minimal bucks for memberships in their channel. And the people love them for it because they can be called a member for very few bucks. So you're talking about a smart man who's run big businesses for years, come in and said, how can I have fun out there? And he looks out there and he says, oh, heck, here's some channels out here and there's two sides. And I'll bet you I can control both sides at the same time. Now, I don't know who he's making the bet with, but I guarantee you he's talking to somebody. He has sat down and thought thoroughly, how can I control the internet? And he could do it very easily and quickly, and he proved it. He came to the United States and said, look at these guys. So, what's the quickest way to get to the top? Well, if I buy memberships for people that are in the videos, this is a great plan. Number one, the people I buy the memberships for are going to be on my side, and I can meddle with that channel. Now, the money for the memberships go to the creator of the channel, and he's going to be overjoyed. And if it's a simple thing like $5 a month per channel per person, and he gets a couple thousand in there, think about that. couple thousand people, $5 a piece coming in. He makes some money from the benefactor. And all these people in that channel, they're having fun and they're getting a freebie. Now the guy that owns the video doesn't realize it yet, but then all of a sudden, here comes the benefactor, and he starts little nuances that he uses out there to stir the pot, gets him upset, and he can, with impunity, he can call somebody out, call them names. And these are people that have been together for a couple of years out there on the same channel with all these friends. But if he calls one out, he will make that one the enemy of all the rest of them. At the same time, he creates two sides within that channel because you have splinter groups coming off, sticking up for the guy that got called out and sticking up for the people that say, hey, I like the memberships. This is a good guy over here. And he's smiling about it because he took control of the channel very quickly and very cheaply. It didn't cost him much. The creator had to work years to put all these people in the channel. And it only takes a month to lose a huge amount of them over a quick fight, over $5 memberships. And in some cases, it's $2 memberships. But anyway, but the result is the same. But now the other side of the thing, he takes one side and balances them. The other side's mad because they can't share in the gifts. You see, they're not smart enough yet to understand that there's a string attached. Now, there's nothing wrong with the string if you realize it up front. If you're intelligent enough to realize that, there could be, depending on how you look at it, it could be a penalty for taking that gift. Now, if you don't take it, who looks a gift horse in the mouth, right? The idea is, are you smart enough to grab the gift and not give away too much in obtaining it? Being able to keep your channel, keep it smooth, gain the finances you want, build your channel off from it, keep the guy coming back to give you more. But he's running a good game here. He's hard to beat. It's hard to beat cash money, very hard. I explained it quite some time ago, and I had people so pissed off at me. They didn't even want to watch me anymore for a while. And I'm sure, and this is on the side of where people were out for the good guy. Okay. Now I knew that something like this can only last so long. All you got to do is wait. Now he went in multiple channels out there, was able to get his way pretty much in each channel. And a couple of them called him out, a couple of the creators, and they knew how not only to hold him and bring him in reason and allow him to give them gifts and keep their channel. That's smart thinking. Now, some of them didn't want to take my advice. I mean, who am I? I didn't ask him for anything, that's for certain. But I didn't have anything to gain by asking him into my channel because, quite frankly, what is he going to give me? I don't have anything there for him to give into. There's no pot there. There's no empty well for him to try to fill up. So what can he give me? Well, if I didn't ask, you wouldn't know, right? One of the things him and I have in common is our ages. He's up there in age. And how do I know that? Well, quite frankly, I've heard him talk on the phone. And I do know if there's a frailty or not. But I can guess at what's going on in his mind and how bored he is with life in general. And he realizes there's a lot of things he can't buy with money, but he can play the game, right? So, but then he's played his game out with, let's call them good guys. And he realizes there's probably more good than bad out there. I mean, he knows that. So he goes to the other side, and these guys will scramble. And he don't even have to do nothing. He can just be neutral out there. And he gets these people calling him names. One of the names they called him over and over was coward. Where did that happen? Oh, that's right, Tug's channel. I watched him for 20 minutes in a video, kept calling him coward, and at the same time trying to call him in. so he could get some of his money to join his group. Now, Tug is, I thought, was more intelligent than that. Calling somebody a name in one hand and then try to tug him into his channel. I guess I didn't give him credit for not having as much upstairs as what I thought he did. That's all. And people that get up there in age that have accumulated money didn't get there because they're stupid. And you can do anything you want to them. All you do is piss them off. You're going to make them more stubborn than ever. They're not going to give in to you. For one thing, he don't need you or anything you've got. He can buy everybody that watches your channel if he wants to. If he really wanted to, he could come in there and destroy your channel within 60 days, and he could do it with money. And it wouldn't cost him much to do it. It would cost you much more to gain those people back. I want you to think about this, Tug. You're smarter than that, aren't you? Think about it. You've seen how quickly he affects a channel. Now, to me, it's kind of funny. You see, I know he was upset with me because I called him out, but I didn't call him names. I just called him the benefactor because, in truth, that's what he was. He was a benefactor. I called his game out early on. Now, he's never come on my channel to insult me. Now, he's went on other channels and said a few words about me, but nothing to cause a stir. Because why would he? I don't have anything that he wants. He don't want my channel. My channel isn't worth a nickel. And I'm not in a hurry to make it bigger. I don't, if it gets a little smaller, it does. I already lost about half the people out there just because I happened to choose a side that wasn't as popular at the time because it was, the other side is overbearing. It has a lot of people following. We're talking millions of people in that little circle that you're in against what, a little over 7,000 in my channel. Most of the channels that I'm involved with have only 2 or 3,000, if that. So why would he mess with me? I don't think he will. I don't think he has a reason to. I'm not going to trip his trigger. I'm not that dumb. I know you say I'm senile. You and your little, what is it, itchy partner with a big B? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That's okay. The only thing I can say is Jeremy is on there Sunday doing everything he can to get this guy to do or say something to him so that he can sue him. And he says as much in his channel. If I have any good advice at all, and I really shouldn't hand it out because if this guy decides to explode, and with the money that he's got, you guys won't last 60 days. Yep. I'm telling you, he can buy you out so quick you won't know what happened without you getting so much as a dime. My advice is leave the guy alone. you, you have no idea if you poke that bear what'll happen to you. And it'll all be legal. He won't do anything illegal. This guy is too smart for that. And he's not going to make threats against you. He's just going to take you to task and he will win the battle. He has been in more battles than all of you put together, all by himself. He did not get rich by being stupid. And believe me, he is not anywhere close to that now as far as his IQ. And if it comes down to a battle of finances, like I say, he's got more than all of us put together. I'm not stupid enough to go and agitate him to the point where he wants my hide. I put a whole hour up one day calling him out, but not in agitation so much as just telling him his game. And I'm sure he was kicked back smiling, thinking, you can do all you want, Ray. I've got what it takes to win, and that is money. And in truth, he's correct. He can get favoritism with small gifts, a lot of small gifts rather than one big one. Now, if he makes them unequal one way or the other, he gets them fighting, no matter what side they're on, back and forth over who's got the most. And why should they have it? Right now, those that weren't getting any money from him, they're trying to draw him in. And they're doing it with phrases that would wrinkle your face forever. Okay, I've said enough today. But David, I know you like to listen to the channels out there. I got to hand it to you, man. You play the game too good, and I'm glad I don't need um, your finances or anything. But man, have at it out there if you want to. That's I know I know that for a person to go up and wrinkle you too much, it shows where their intelligence is for sure. And at least you've got a big pond between you and them, and you've already won most of the games that you've been involved in, and it's no big deal, right? So have a good time out there. Anytime you want to play a game of chess, I'm always here for it. And I'll gladly join in a game of intelligence if that's what you want, David R. But I do uh, respect your tenacity. And no, I'm not stupid enough to call you a coward. And no, I'm not going to draw you into a lawsuit. I'm not that dumb. But I had to laugh Sunday. I just I never realized how many people out there are so easily to figure out and why they'd go up against somebody that they have no chance in hell winning a game with. With that, I'm gonna get off from here. I don't want to give any more advice out. Why should I tell them how to win a game? They've already lost anyway. So have a great day out there. I hope you enjoyed the comedy of the whole situation. These people that think they're so smart, like I say, it's a game I'm not playing. I'm more than willing to understand the rules. As old as I am, I know enough not to break them. So there you go. See you later. Have a great day. As John says, ta ta.